she's moving?
I heard she's an adult filmmaker. Like she does like adult content.
My sister was around, me and the both could have clicked. Before you sleep early, now you're not gonna sleep early again. What are you doing away? I mean, please play some for me. I'll take some. When Kiki come, you.
So the last time I made a post about Doris, it was Doris' issue with cola, and someone I guess happens to be Doris' fan actually told me no, because I said in that post that Doris always make up things in her head, but they criticized it saying no, they have not been watching very well. Maybe I'm watching from the back of my television. So before we get to this statement that Doris made this evening to Kayikumi about Isabella, let's start from the genesis of how they got to this conversation. So after the Guinness task, Isabella and Kayikumi spent an ample time in the garden discussing that at some point Tracy even came in and joined them. And what were they talking about? So Isabella was telling Tracy and Kayikumi how she bonded with Dambo's that she so much loved and liked Dambo's that Dambo's could have been the guy she would be with in this house. That in fact, she wanted to go for Dambo's. And Tracy then asked her, like, what happened, you and Kayikumi? Because she didn't even get to see this whole Dambo's thing you're talking about, because they too were already doing things with Kayikumi. And Isabella said, well, that what happened was there was a day in the kitchen, the first day they were eating, she, Dambo's and Kayikumi. And while they were eating, when they were done eating, Kayikumi made a careless statement that he didn't even know got to her. That he said something about, it's not about eating this food, that is about eating the main food after the food. That while that statement sounded like nothing to him or to the rest of the people on that table, that it got to her, it did something in her body that she was like, this guy, that this guy is quite an interesting person, and being that she loves jovial people. And from then, Kayikumi, anytime he sees her in the kitchen, he will come and assist, he will help her with something. And from there, she now said, no, it's Kayikumi. Now, Kayikumi on the other hand jokingly now asked Isabella, so what if this Kayikumi that you like does not like you? And Isabella was now like, he must like me now, is a must. And mind you, what prompted this particular discussion was that round table game that happened in the afternoon, whereby housemates were asking each other questions and using the opportunity to like ease up, throw shade, verify a certain rumor they had and all of that. And what happened in Isabella's case was Zita asked Mide about something she made mention of earlier on about Dambo's and the girl in the house that likes Dambo's. And Mide now said it was Isabella. So Isabella now was trying to clear Kayikumi of this whole Dambo's thing. From there the conversation proceeded, and Isabella started telling Kayikumi about what she passed through in the hands of her child's baby daddy, on how even after she left, the baby daddy got another girl pregnant, the girl moved in, and now the girl is even out of the house. And from like long conversation, how Isabella gist now, she not even talking about those she was dating online, how December she was just busy with some of her boyfriends that came in town. And Kayikumi was engaging her as well, like, oh, when you mean boyfriends, oh, how many of them? So you're double dating, you're cheating, so what's your body count? All of this took a lot of time. And while this was going on, Mide and Dede was going around, they want to go to bed, but now they were going around asking mainlanders, see, when is this show starting? We don't buy tickets, so we've already gotten our tickets. Not when we will doze off now in the morning. They'll be gisting us of things that happened the previous night. And when they mean this show, they were referring to Isabella and Kayikumi, being that the night before, Isabella and Kayikumi banged. Okay, and this whole rumors, not even a rumor, it happened now. This whole gist was being spreaded by Gigi Jasmine, the people that saw when it happened, Kola, and a few other housemates. And here is Zita now and me, they're going around saying, oh, mainlanders, when is the show starting? And to tell you the kind of person Isabella is, they said that, they were asking and then moved to the garden where Isabella was. And Isabella even replied them that maybe tonight's own will have to happen in the restroom. You guys should check around when shadows will be moving and all of that. And they all laughed about it. And Zita and Mide now said, well, they can't wait, they just want to go to bed, and went upstairs to go and sleep. Now, just pay attention. I'm trying to draw you to how all of this happened. Now, Joanne and Victory happens to be on the other side of the garden as well. So Victory helped Joanne with her leg massage, and after which Victory suggests that they can go to bed. Victory then turned to Kayikumi and Isabella and said, guys, may we go to bed, meaning that they are done for the day in this garden. But going inside, Joanne now complained of being hungry, saying that she's really hungry. She wants to eat something. Okay, Victory and Joanne are beginning to, they're already a thing, according to Victory. They are a thing now, but they want to be patient and do it very well outside of the show. So now, as Joanne says she wants to eat, Isabella then turned to Victory and said, make something for her now, cook like rice for her. Isabella, cook rice for this girl, cook rice for your babe now. And Victory was even telling Isabella, like after Joanne has gone upstairs, at this point, Joanne has accepted that she'll eat rice. Victory then turned to Isabella and was like, why will you put me in such tight corner now? When she was saying that she's hungry, did you see me say anything? Why will you suggest something? But anyway, Victory decided to make rice, and Emisi was even there saying she will join him in making the rice. And Emisi was giving him instruction on, blend the atarodo, I'll be waiting, pepper, get the peppers ready. And Isabella also came into the kitchen saying she wants to make unripe plantain. They actually gave unripe plantain in the morning, that she wants to prepare it. Bear in mind, it was Kayikumi and Isabella that was about going to bed before the whole food thing happened. Meanwhile, Doris had already made fish and noodles for herself. And here is Kayikumi now waiting for Isabella in the dining where Doris was sitting down. Kayikumi wasn't telling Doris that Isabella is this kind of lady. She's just like you, you both share similarities. She likes to make her own food by her own self. They will cook something in the house. She'll say no, she wants to eat swallow, she wants to do this, she wants to prepare her own food. They should just give her something to make her own food. That can really be difficult in a place like this. And Doris on her own end was now telling Kayakumi of how she survived on just noodles and biscuits, that at a point she had to work in a battle, and there the food they were bringing wasn't palatable, the looks and all of that. So she was surviving on noodles and biscuits. She would just make noodles, and she did this, I don't know whether she said 4 months or before weeks. I actually had 4 something, I think she said 4 months or before weeks. But Kayakumi was like, wow, So now Doris then turned to Kayakumi with sign language, asking Kayakumi this thing. She actually did a facial movement like you and Isabella. Will this work on the outside? And Kayakumi did a kind of nodding his head, but this time around I could tell is till we get there, or maybe, or probably, or even a yes. She was like, okay. Hope she does a adult content. She has an OnlyFans thing. And at that, Kayakumi self shock. Even me that is a viewer, I shock self. I was like, what is this? And Kayakumi was like, no, adult content. She now continued, she has something in Snapchat for OnlyFans. What's the meaning of that? And Kayakumi said, no, he's not aware of what Doris is talking about. And Doris now switched and said, I heard that. Someone actually told me that. And I'm like, Doris, who again? Who tell you this one? And let me tell you something that happened. So when Doris made mention of that thing, you needed to see the surprise and shock on Kayikumi's face. So in as much as Kayikumi knows that Isabella has this thing going on, like where she, this one loves life. She's living large in terms of her story, story she shares in the house, like how she flirts and all of that. Kayikumi was shocked. In fact, when Doris kept saying an OnlyFans thing on Snapchat going on, what's the meaning of that? Kayikumi had to turn towards the kitchen to look at Isabella. You know, like when someone is telling you something about a new thing about someone you know or someone you feel like you know, and here is someone giving you a new information about that person. You know how you want to be like, wait, is it the same person I've known all this while? That was the shock on Kayikumi's face. Now, add this to the fact that the last conversation Isabella and Kayakumi had was Isabella talking about dating a guy that was working in a train station in UK, dating another guy that they were just on Snapchat, they've not met physically, dating another one that during Christmas they all came back. She was busy shuffling here, shuffling here. That was just try to put this one or two together. After hearing this gist and here someone is telling you that this person has so thing, she does adults, like how will you even feel? Anyways, I know Kayikumi one day will still mention this to Isabella. It might not be tonight because the both of them actually went to bed together. But I know, definitely, maybe when one or two will sup now, when they will have a disagreement, Kayikumi will say, oh, this is what Doris said. Or maybe probably in the morning, he might even mention that to Isabella's hearing. But what do you think about Doris? See, Doris fan base, I want you people to check me out in this very one. I want you people to hear your opinion about this particular gist. Who told Doris? Where is he coming from? Where? From where to where? When did Isabella say that in the house? Anyways, let me read your comments and let me see who will tell me this time around that I do not like Doris. Let me know where it's coming from.
Outside this place. Like OnlyFans, she doesn't have. Right? She has like a paid thing on Snapchat.